I am Stephen, King of England, the son of Count Stephen of Blois and Adela, daughter of William the Conqueror. My ascent to the throne was not one of simple inheritance but one forged in the chaos of opportunity. When my uncle, King Henry I, died in 1135, England was left in turmoil. His only legitimate heir, my cousin Matilda, had been named his successor, but the barons of England were reluctant to accept her rule. I seized my chance, racing to London and securing my coronation. I was crowned King of England, despite my oath to support Matilda. In that moment, ambition outweighed obligation. Yet, my reign was anything but peaceful. The years that followed became known as the Anarchy, a time when law and order dissolved, and England descended into a state of near-constant warfare. Matilda contested my claim to the throne, supported by her half-brother, Robert of Gloucester. Their defiance ignited a civil war, dividing the realm into factions of loyalty and rebellion. My early years as king were marked by success. I had the support of the church and many of the barons, and my popularity among the people secured my grip on power. But my weaknesses soon became apparent. I was accused of being indecisive, and my leniency towards rebellious barons allowed dissent to fester. One of my greatest errors was the arrest of the Bishop of Salisbury and his nephews in 1139, which alienated the clergy and lost me the favor of the church. The tides turned in 1141 at the Battle of Lincoln. I was captured, humiliated, and imprisoned by Matilda's forces. It was a dark time for me, watching her seize power and even enter London. Yet, her arrogance proved her undoing. The Londoners rose against her, driving her from the city. I was freed in a prisoner exchange, and I reclaimed my crown, though the kingdom remained fractured. As the years dragged on, the war ground to a stalemate. Castles became the strongholds of power, and the countryside suffered under the weight of conflict. Famine, banditry, and despair were the true rulers of England during this time. My relationship with my wife, Queen Matilda of Boulogne, was one of my few constants. Her unyielding support, both in court and on the battlefield, strengthened my resolve to continue the fight. But I could not secure a decisive victory over Matilda. Her son, Henry of Anjou, emerged as a new threat. By 1153, I was growing older, and my strength began to fade. The barons, weary of the endless war, pressured me to make peace. I met with Henry at Wallingford, and together, we forged an agreement. I would remain king for the rest of my life, but Henry would be my heir. It was a bitter compromise, but one that brought stability to England after nearly 2 decades of chaos. I reflect now, in the twilight of my reign, on the choices I made and the legacy I leave behind. My claim to the throne was bold, but my reign was marked by struggle and division. England has suffered greatly, and though I have held the crown, I cannot deny the cost. Perhaps my greatest act as king was not in battle, but in laying the groundwork for peace. In 1154, I prepare to relinquish the throne to Henry, knowing that my time as king is drawing to a close. I am Stephen, the king who fought for his crown, but whose reign will be remembered as a cautionary tale of ambition, conflict, and the fragile nature of power.